They ain't ready for us.
Sober
Sister
shit show.
Hi, my Murda.
Hi, how are
How's
you?
it going?
It's going good. Going good.
What's going on? Did you have a good Christmas, holidays?
No, it's really a rough season for me, but
I
we
think
made
it is for lots of people too. It's either like really good or like really fucked.
Yeah,
Right?
the like seasonal depression.
I just think I'm like that just winter, the whole winter.
Yeah, because you're sick.
I just hate cold. I feel like I'm dying right now. I'm freezing.
It is cold. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Oh, God. That's a horrible conversation for me.
Oh.
I suck.
Dude, since I quit drinking, my sex drive has been zero. None. Nothing.
You're telling me I want to go to the casino tonight, me and you go to that mass parade. I better go upstairs and do some chores.
Oh my god, shut up. I'm dead.
He'll take us.
It takes, yeah, it feels like a chore, like in a relationship now. I don't know, because I've been on my own so long and independently, taking care of my needs. So it's like hard when it's like you're obligated in a sense to somebody else's needs.
I feel you. It literally feels like a goddamn chore. And I think that that happens, I think, in every relationship, no matter what. But what's been bothering me is like, I feel like at our age, everyone had always told us, like, oh, when you get in your 30s, like, as a girl, like, that's, like, your highest, like.
Your prime.
Yeah, your prime. That's the word. It's like, that's your peak to, oh, your sex drive is going to be so crazy. Well, what's wrong with me? Because it skipped me.
It's like, wah, wah.
I know.
Cue the music.
And I'm not saying, like, I enjoy sex. I like it, but I'm just not as horny or as into it as I would want to be.
Right. When I was drinking, dude, it's like totally different. It's like, spit in my mouth, like now it's like, oh my God.
I know.
Can I keep my shirt on?
Because I feel, we've said this before, is I feel like, when you get sober, it's like you feel like you're a little kid again and like you're starting, back to where like the age where like your maturity level, so you almost feel like, oh my God, I don't want him to see me naked.
Right, you regress back to that childlike innocence.
And when you're a drunk, and I care what my husband thinks of me.
Yeah, that's
different.
True.
I care what I look like. I care to fart. Like I give a shit.
His image of you.
And so I think like in younger years and active drinking and all of that stuff, like. We didn't give a fuck what that motherfucker thought at that second.
No.
Who cares?
It was like we were just trying to get our dicks wet.
Yeah. That's so funny. But, I don't know. Sex is just really weird timing right now for us. And it's not just us. No. I literally just had a client right now, and I was like, and she said the same thing. And I'm like, okay, good. Because I feel like something is wrong with me. And she's like, no, I feel the same way. She's like, it's so strange. Like, I've tried taking, she even said, oh, I've tried taking like a vitamin that's supposed to help, like, boost.
I've tried a couple different vitamins.
Right. And that's why I'm bringing that up to you, because she said that. And it's like, it's like becoming a fad, I think. Like, I keep seeing it. Do you? Like, I keep seeing it on social media and stuff. Like, oh, take this. It'll help
your sex drive. Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering if we were still drinking, would we kind of be still having this?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. Because when I was drinking, I didn't I was more friendly. We talked to more people and we put ourselves in more social situations instead of now how we're just like taking care of ourselves and stop worrying about everybody else. Because back then, I feel like it was like I wanted to make sure everybody saw me as this cool person that could hang with them drinking, And now it's just like I don't give a fuck.
No, hey, to get deep, I know this is like fun and funny and sex and shit, but to get deep for 1 second, like, I honestly feel like when Jason and I got together and it's like doing that fun stuff, like him ripping my bra off or being like all drunk and wild and blah, spit in my mouth, like you're saying, like, not saying that was my only asset, but I feel like, oh, I know I'm good at this. I know he's going to like this. Like, this is a big turn on I can give him and a big asset of me to give to him. And not saying I still don't have that when we do have intimate time, but now I'm like, no, these are my assets. And this is, and I'm so proud of myself in a different way that I don't have to just be this hot chick, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely get what you mean. It's like, it's the picture that's painted, that you're painting of yourself, right? And you don't want to paint this foul, in a sense, picture, this little raunchy girl, you know? Right. I mean, every girl can be her man's porn star, but you don't have to. I don't know. I get what you mean, because I'm the same. I'm like completely completely fine not having sex at all. And the guy I'm dating, I feel bad, you know? Like, it's not fair for him. And he's like, well, you make me feel like I'm not attractive.
Yeah, I get that from Jason.
And it's like, ugh, don't feel that way. That's not what it is. Like, it's me in my head, and the picture I'm painting is just different, you know, different.
It really is. And, you know, Jason has said that to me, like, a few times, like, what, are you not attracted to me? And it's like, dude, no. Like, we have more sex than I've ever had in my life. But I don't initiate it because I don't get horny as often.
Right, you know, or there's always the sexual comments, or always the sexual remarks, or always, and sometimes it's like draining, you know? I feel that way anyway, personally, because it's like I always have to pick up what he's putting down, otherwise it's
making him feel a certain type of way. Yeah. So you have to watch his feelings about it. Because like, he's making the comments for a reaction. Like, as much as people say, like, oh, it was a joke or whatever, it's like, okay, yeah, but there's a truth to every joke. I know you want to look at me.
No, you're fine.
But there's a truth to every joke. I mean, I feel like, you know, at some point. And not if it's, like, cruel and, like, super funny, because sometimes I can be a little bit cruel and funny, but you know, well, oh, let me see your titties, oh, let me suck on your titties. That's Jason, like, constantly. Like, I literally cannot fucking ever change in my own bedroom. He's just like all over me, you know, and I'm just like, dude.
Yeah, I totally get that, dude. I'm struggling so bad with that right now. The guy I'm currently dating, he has not seen me fully naked.
Shut up.
No, really? I swear. Why? Because I'm, like, shy about it and, like, weird. Like, I don't, like, before I wouldn't care. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's go take a shower together.
Might not see you again tomorrow.
Maybe. You never know. And what was your name? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just, like, I don't know. It's
hard.
Maybe
that means, like, you really like him, though. And you're nervous and you don't know how. Maybe you're actually fucking shy a little bit for once, and you don't know, and you don't know how to take it. Who knows? You know?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me right now. Like I said, I tried the pills. I even stopped masturbating, like
to see if you could get more horny.
Yeah, and it's just it didn't do anything.
Well, when I was joking with you earlier, and I told you to go get the rhino pill, please don't, because those scare me. I think someone's gonna have a heart attack or stroke.
I drink enough caffeine.
I know, for real. Hey, but funny story. So, one time I was hella hammered and, like, so hammered, like, I couldn't get up out of bed, like, to even get water. And Jason and I had first got together, and I'm like, bring me water, like, I'm fucking dying. I can't open my eyes. And this is, like, in the morning. Like, I have to go to work.
Ugh, I don't miss those feelings.
Like, dude, waking up like that and knowing you have to go to work, like, it's the worst. And so he, like, came and brought me, like, a cup of water, and I'm laying on the bed sideways, and he's, like, trying to, like, you know, put it in my mouth, and it's just, like, everywhere. And I'm like, just spit it in my mouth. And he's like, what? And I'm like, dude, just spit it in my fucking mouth.
He baby birded it,
bro, like, big-ass gulps. Like, I would throw up if I seen someone else do that right now. Because I'm already weird about drinking after people.
Oh,
like,
same.
That's and this fool was straight, like,
I wish you guys could see her face right now.
Water falling that shit. So gross. Ugh. But Jakey walks in, my son, like, what are you guys doing?
Oh, no. You're like, get out. Don't look away.
But yeah, and, like, he was probably like, oh, this is hot.
Ew.
Jason probably was, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I would never, ever, ever do that.
Like, sober, right? Like, even now, if you were sick and feeling that way, you'd be like, oh, I'll do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Just bring me my water.
For sure. And you know what? It's like, I don't know if it is, like, just being sober is why we're having, like, the trouble, like, with, and it's not that we have trouble with sex. Like, if I'm into sex and I'm horny or whatever and we're hooking up and we're going to have sex, whatever it is, what it is. And me and my husband have sex, like, every day. But it's the like, I don't get horny first.
To initiate.
Yeah, and
or foreplay, you know, it's hard.
And with him, I have to tell him, like, hey, like, cuddle me for a little bit. Like, let's do that. And then, but then telling them, then it's like, okay, you're telling them how to do it. Now they feel awkward. Now you feel awkward. And now it's just like fucking weird. Like, why is this a conversation? Just like let it happen naturally.
Fucking do it.
Right?
Yeah. Well, some guys I feel are like that. The guy I'm dating, he does that with me. Like, the only reason he puts his hand under the blanket sometimes is because he wants to take my pants down. You know, and it's frustrating because it's like, put your hand under there to rub my back, you know, put your arm under there to cuddle me or something, you know, not just fucking put your hand under to break my seal, make me cold, and pull my pants off.
No, but I think that's where a lot of girls our age will hella connect with us there because as women, like, we are different creatures. Like, and I think that's why girls become so close of friends when they do, because, like, just having, like, that really close girlfriend that, like, plays with your hair while you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Like, that, though, like, sensation sometimes is 1,000 times better than sex.
Yeah.
And people don't, like, guys don't get that.
Yeah.
It's, like, tickling my back or anything, like, or, like, playing with
sensual.
Their hair. You know, and guys don't play with their hair like girls do. Guys don't tickle your back like girls do. It's different when you have a girlfriend do it. It's not the fucking same when a man does it. But if they had that soft touch of, like, that sensation, like, we could fall asleep, like, better than getting a nut off and going to sleep.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it's a sense of comfort that we get from it. You know, the gentleness that we're receiving from
it really is
a man.
And I still like having that feeling of, like, oh yeah, I just got my husband off. Yeah, that's right. Like, you know, I love that feeling. That's like, you know,
your pride.
Yeah, that's different pride. But it's just like relationships. There, like, marriage is a lot about sex. Yes, like, if you're not sleeping with your husband, like, something is wrong.
Yeah,
you should be having sex regularly, and if that's every day to you, or if that's every week, whatever it is,
whatever's healthy for your relationship. Yeah,
but you guys should be having regularly sex. But when it comes to the woman's side, or my view anyway, and probably your view too, is like, just because getting your dick wet and busting a nut is your love language, my love language, you know, we're women. We're more sensual. And I know there's girls out there that just love to fuck and that's their shit.
And see, that's where I'm conflicted, because I feel like if we were drinking, we wouldn't care, you know? It'd be like, whatever, just let's fuck real quick, you know, instead of being like, oh, man.
Oh, dude, we went to the movies one time on a date. Halfway through the movie, I looked at him. I'm like, let's go to the truck and fuck. And
I'm
he's like,
dead.
What? Well, you got to know. This man's 50 years old.
Yeah.
Young, hot, new wife. I'm like, let's go to the truck. We weren't even married yet. Let's go to the truck and fuck in the back seat.
Oh, hell
what?
yeah.
You should have seen his face. He won the fucking lottery.
Hell yeah.
We go to the truck. We get in the back seat. And it's like, yeah, I was drinking. I was having wine. I was having shots and shit. And it's like, I wish I could give that to him still, though, you know, those little fun things. So maybe I'm talking myself into it right now. Maybe I need to, like,
you know,
do a little something.
Just give spontaneous.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. We have a great, intimate sexual relationship, but you're right with the feeling. It's not that it's pressure. It's not that we feel like, oh, yeah, you're pressuring me to do it, like rape or anything like that. Absolutely not. It's the you make me feel that if I'm not on board at the exact second that you're on board, that, like, I feel like you're going to get mad.
Yeah.
And that's not fair.
Or have, like, a pouty attitude, or
which is mad.
The scoffs
without
under the breath.
Yeah,
and it rubs off on you. It definitely does, because that's kind of where I'm at in my relationship, where he doesn't even give me a chance to get horny.
I know.
You know, like,
I know.
Like, fuck. Like, I want to just cuddle sometimes. I don't want you to fucking stick your dick, you know, like, chill, bro, chill. Love me. Love me first.
Well, and that's what I mean by having our different love languages than them, you know, we're different creatures, and it is what it is, but I don't know, hopefully we can find a common denominator, all of us can.
I hope so. I mean, where with my dude, he wants to work on it, you know, he's
a good guy.
He sat down and he was like, I want to do whatever you need me to do to make you more comfortable in the situation. I never wanted to make you feel that way. Like, I'm so sorry that I am making you feel that way. He's green flags, all the way green flags. But that's where it's like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't know.
I know, but that's why I said earlier, I was like, what if he was just like, I don't know if I want to settle down right now with you. You'd probably be like, let me suck your cock. Like, why are we wired that way, though?
I don't know, dude.
Like, what is wrong with us?
It's terrible. We like to be treated like shit, I guess. No,
And
I'm just kidding.
No, but it's so true. It's like girls, like even my husband tells me this. Like he tells our kids, like, oh, girls love that chase. Like
Yeah.
if you go like falling on the ground, following a girl like that, he's like, and I've heard him tell Jake, he's like, dude, even if I'm mad at your mom, if I'm ever get like that, he's like, I'll act like I don't give a fuck, even if I'm crying inside.
Yeah.
Because a girl is not gonna come crawl. Girls don't like guys crawling on the floor to them. They don't, and I don't know why we don't. Because it's like we date all these dirtbags and all these pieces of shits, and then when we get a good guy and they're like so loving and so nice, we're like, yeah, no.
It's sad. I like right now. I'm fucking self-sabotaging big time.
Don't do it. Look, you're noticing. You're telling yourself right now.
Well, I've been like, it's just been a like moral dilemma, you know, like I've had thoughts outside of my relationship that I shouldn't be having, you know, especially it's not fair to him. It's not fair to me. And it's just, it's a moral dilemma that I'm battling, like my heart and my head. And it sucks, dude, because I don't know. What?
What if you think? What if it's, like like deep down inside, oh God, this might be a good guy and this might be the one. And so what if I'm not done having fun or running around? Maybe that's
right. Well, that's what I kind of said something earlier about that. How I'm like, maybe I just need to get hurt one more time. Like I don't know.
No, you don't. I think you just.
It's frustrating. It's just it's a hard situation.
Relationships fucking suck.
Period.
In a perfect marriage or not.
Right.
Like, nothing's perfect. Like,
when he's like a perfect dude, you know?
No, he really is. I approve. Like, I like him a lot.
Seriously, he's like a really great dude. So I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I pushing him away?
Because you're scared that it's too good and something's going to fuck up.
Because everything good comes and goes.
That's both of our abandonment issues. Big time.
Fuck, right? Fuck. You got me on that one.
That's exactly what it is. Because you're just so scared for everything to be perfect and then something to fuck up, and you finally gave in. I had a hard time giving in to Jason.
Yeah.
And he did with me also, just because we both had so much shit in our pasts.
Yeah.
You know? I've been in straight relationships where they're like, oh, fuck you, I'm going to go fuck your best friend. I was like, cool, do it. Like, I didn't even give a shit because I wasn't emotionally attached.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like looking for another place or doing all this shit behind their back, going to the bar with my friends. Like, that is not the kind of marriage that I ever pictured myself having or relationship, you know? And it's,
yeah.
I knew that wasn't the person I was going to be with forever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, you're just wasting your good looking years for nothing. But when you're not emotional, when you go through those things that we have, you know, growing up and being on our own and not having, you know, the help of the baby daddy and like the unit and shit, I think that's where we're like, okay, I've let enough people in my life hurt me, or enough people in my life have hurt me that should have been there. And so now that I have, because we're control freaks, now that I have control over my own life, I'm not going to allow somebody to be close enough to me and to be able to leave. And if you are close enough to me, guess what, motherfucker? I'm going to fuck it up before you do.
See, okay, you're spot on with that. Like, why? Why do we self-sabotage like that? Why do we only accept the love we think we deserve?
Yeah.
You know, it's hard, man.
Yeah, you got to know your worth, though.
Sex is a big part of your relationship, though.
It is. But also, too, being sober, it's not like, oh, you just get together and hook up and who cares if it's awkward or whatever. It's more of, you guys, it takes a long time to learn somebody. Yeah. And learn what they like and learn what, and now that we're sober, we care what they like and what I like and if it's awkward or if this. And so I think that's why Jason's the first person I ever had sex with sober. That is so weird. Right? I am fucking 30-something years old.
I know, I'm like thinking about it.
Him being the first person I had sex with, like I told him right away, like this is going to be weird, this is awkward. Like I didn't want to take my shirt off either at first. I didn't. And it took a while for me to get a little bit more comfortable. But I mean, talking about sober sex is something that I've done a lot of times with him, you know, like, hey, I'm sorry if like I don't, you know, please you in the right way, whatever. And he absolutely loves our life and our sex life. But
those are healthy conversations.
They are. But it was like for that to be the first, I had to learn like how to do it all over again. Like, can I be loud? Can I say that? Oh my God, is that faking it? Is this awkward? Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? It's like a fucking 5-year-old little kid like acting weird at the store. Like,
no, I totally get that, dude. Like
they
do
just moan like sober.
Me, yeah.
Dude, it's like so awkward though.
Yeah,
You're like, is that weird? Is
and
that
my
too
kid,
loud? Is this awkward? Like,
I share a bedroom wall with my son, and there was he caught me one time. He banged on the wall, bang, bang, bang. I can hear you.
oh my.
Traumatized, bro. Traumatized.
Good
I
boys have
don't like to
definitely-
have sex at my house anymore.
You're like, never, never again.
I'm like, we have to be so quiet. Shut
oh
up.
my god. So one time the boys were like, we heard you. When we first got married, we were at my old apartment. And we were like crazy. Like, oh my god, I don't even know, dude.
Bunny rabbits.
Dude, crazy. And out of nowhere, I just hear this big ass. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And Jason's all, don't worry about it. My foot went through the wall. I'm like, what?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
The neighbors, because we're in an apartment next door, were, because you said banging, it reminded me of
Yeah.
banging on the fucking wall. And
Oh
Jason's
my
just
God.
like banging back. I'm like, oh my god, we're going to get in a fight.
Oh my god.
So when we moved out of the apartment, it was like the joke, like with the kids. I wonder where that hole came from.
I'm fucking dead.
Dude, we've had some funny shit, dude.
That's super funny. I can't. It's
Yeah, it was great.
leverage.
I know,
Needed the
he was using the goddamn wall. It's hilarious. He's too big to be doing that. It's only sheetrock, homeboy.
Right?
Calm down.
I'm surprised you didn't go through both layers all the way into the other apartment.
Oh god, that would have been great. Oh god,
That would have been funny for sure.
I know.
Funny. I don't know. Speaking of a funny sex thing, do you have any funny sex things when you're drunk? Like, okay, so for me, it's super awkward. It's kind of gross, but I was super drunk, super faded, and I was having sex with my boyfriend at the time, and I was on my back, and I started getting all shaken up, and I could feel it creeping its way up. So I ran into the bathroom because I had to go throw up, dude, and he followed me in there. Yes. So I'm there at the toilet, like, you know, on my hands and knees throwing up, and this fool comes up behind me and just wham, shoved his dick. He put his dick in me while I was throwing up, dude, and I'm so drunk. I'm just like, oh my god. It was terrible, dude. Oh my fucking
Dude,
god.
throwing up is bad enough than taking it from behind.
Yes, or like doggy style doing it over the toilet, basically. I'm like, get off of me. Like, this is not what I want.
Fuck, I wish I had that on recording. Great. That's like some gross porno shit.
Oh my god. It was just like, what is wrong with you?
What was that freaking porno nasty shit that used to go around when we were young? 2 girls in a cup or something.
Oh
Remember
god,
that
or
shit?
the one guy, one glass, or
Oh,
whatever. One jar, one guy, one jar. Oh god, that one was terrible.
I have gag reflexes. I'll fucking throw up right now talking about it. Oh,
Ugh,
dude,
gross.
that's crazy. No, I don't remember. I'm supposed to probably black the fuck out. I don't remember. Jason putting his foot through the wall was like the best that has happened with us, though. That was fucking hilarious. And the water in my mouth for sure.
That is a good one.
I mean, dating fucking sucks in general, and especially at our age. Like, if you don't get married to the love of your life when you're 18, like, everybody's broken.
Right.
And then you get to your 20s, and then you're in your 30s, and everybody already has kids, and broken baby mama, daddy trauma, and
Shit,
God
grandkids.
damn, what do you do? Like, dating is so hard nowadays.
It
And I think
is.
it's, you know, I asked my dad one time, I was like, how come you and mom have been married so long? Like, how the fuck do you make it work like that? And he straight up told me there was no internet. And I'm like, what? He's like, there was no TV, there was no internet.
Yeah, so
And I'm
you
like,
had less contact and you gave yourself time to miss somebody, you know?
And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, I had nothing to compare your mom to either. Like,
Yeah.
there was no, like, you know, you're not looking at all these, like, big booty bitches on the fucking thing. You're not, you know what I mean? You don't have the opportunity
Instagram
to cheat.
models.
And people that did cheat on their spouses back then, literally, like,
It was
they
like
had to do
double
it at work.
lives.
Yeah, they had to do it at work because where else are you going to do it? You don't go nowhere. You go to work, come home with your family.
Yeah. Yeah.
No cell phones, no shit. It would have to be at your job.
It's crazy the difference in the dynamics of families, how it's shifted. And it's, I don't know,
Everyone thinks the grass is greener.
I have a couple clients that I've worked for before, and I've actually had 2 different people tell me this, and they said the secret to a happy relationship was separate bathrooms. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. One of the ladies was just like, so that way he can have his mess and I can have mine. I don't know. It was just funny because their bathrooms were like across the hall from each other.
That is strange.
I thought it was strange too, but I'm like, huh. I wonder if I had my own bathroom, if it'd make a difference.
If I'd be horny more.
Oh my god.
Not seeing your shit.
I don't know. I
don't know. Something's wrong with me and Jason. We're so open, dude. We freaking poop right there with the thing open. I remember when we were at the old house in the country and we were building that back bathroom in our room. And his mom was like, well, are you going to put a wall right here where the toilet is? And he's like, no, it's fine. Me and Jenny shit in front of each other. And she's like, I've been with your dad for how long? And I don't fucking shit in front of him.
Dude, I'm like weird. That. I'm like that, though, too. I don't fart in front of people.
Why?
No, I got traumatized as a little kid.
So how are you going to sit here and tell me that you don't fart?
Okay, well, obviously, I fart. But I was traumatized as a little kid because my uncle, he's super flamboyant, super gay. And I love my uncle. He's hilarious. He used to call me Matilda because I was a little witch. He couldn't call me a bitch. So he'd be like, okay, Matilda. Like, he wouldn't even call me my real name.
We should watch that movie. I love it.
It's so cute. But he was having his buddies over for like a wine hour. And as a little kid, you know, you don't care. You just let them rip, you know? Yeah. Most kids just fart. Because it's like a learned behavior that it's gross, you know, society thing. But I fucking ripped it, dude. I farted. And he made it such as he said, like, dramatic as fuck. He's like, Miranda, we do not fart in front of people. And he, like, ran over, picked me up, carried me to the bathroom, and was like, this is where ladies fart.
Oh, my God.
And ever since then, dude, like, I've not been able to fart in front of people. Like, one of my exes, it took him 2 years to hear me fart, and it was in my sleep. Oh, God. It was terrible. I don't know. I was terrified of that
I can't
shit.
hold it in. I can't.
I'm like, maybe I can go silent but deadly. Yeah, like, I'll just hold them in. I don't know.
Damn, that's crazy. I have another friend that has been married for like 20 years, and she freaking has never, like, doesn't go poop while her husband's home. I'm like, what if you have to shit in the middle of the night?
Right.
She's like, I don't. I hold it until he's at work. I'm like,
how do you do that? My GI would not let me. My intestines are like, no.
If I gotta poop, I gotta poop.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna be like, sorry. I did that to Joe the other day. I was like, he's in the shower.
You're like, I gotta shit, dude.
I gotta go.
You better get out because it's about to get bad up in here.
He was like, it's okay, you can come in. And he was in the shower still. I was like, all right, cool. But
he still loves you. He's still sweet.
I gave him a courtesy flush halfway through. I'm like,
hey,
sorry.
Speaking of farting and shit, dude, for some reason now, like, I don't know if it's because we eat the same food or what, but Jason and my farts smell exactly the same.
That's weird.
Like, the kids will have no idea who it is. And we'll be in the car, and they'll be like, which one? You guys smell exactly which one of you guys farted.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah. I wonder if your diet, well, yeah, your diet would play into that. That's so weird, though. I feel like after Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, it always smells like turkey.
Everywhere.
Like my shit. Like, it smells like stuffing and turkey the next morning. You know, I don't know. It's like some weird day after Thanksgiving thing I've noticed.
Oh my God.
Super random.
You know what's cool though is how did we get on the topics of poop?
I don't know.
From sex to poop. No wonder why we're not horny. We're so gross. God.
Right.
But I was gonna say, like, dude, I never had solid poop at all until I got sober, and then I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to poop. No wonder why you guys say it feels good, because when I have diarrhea all the time and I'm cramping and it's coming out, it doesn't feel good. It feels like I have swine flu.
Right. Ugh. I just recently had like a stomach bug, a 24-hour bug. It was so bad. I was like, please no, please no, just 24 hours, please.
Dude, that's hella going around right now. Everyone's been sick.
A lot of people are having that stomach bug right now. It's coming out both ends. I got it right after you guys got it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So maybe we should get some sexy outfits and then just try to get in the mood for our boyfriends. Or my husband, your boyfriend.
Right. I need to try something.
Just to kind of spice it up for them. Because you're right, it's not fair to them.
It's not. And I feel so bad because he's like, I just want to have sex with my girlfriend. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry because I don't want to have sex. Like, fuck. And then that's where it, like, makes me feel bad. And I have moral dilemmas because then I'm just like, well, fuck. And then he made a comment the other day and he's like, well, I don't want you to just pity fuck me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, my God.
That's a man thing right there. That's some pride, yes.
Like, I don't, that's, okay, now we're not going to fuck at all. Now I'm even more turned off, you know? Like, ugh. It was terrible. Or, like, there was one day I hadn't showered and he was just like, oh, I still want to go down on you. And I'm like, no, gross. And he kept pressing the issue. So I was just, like, so turned off by it. I was like, I'm no longer in the mood. Like, I don't want to have sex anymore because it was just like, no.
You're too much.
It was too much. Well, those particular instances, but I don't know, man. It's just hard. That's why I stayed with my vibrator for so long.
No, I feel you. I mean, I completely understand that. I don't know. I've even tried like to go to the store and get a bunch of fucking toys and stuff for Jason and I, and like we'll play with it for a minute, and then it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Spend a lot of money for nothing. It just sits in there.
Aw. That sucks. I'm like, I like my toys. Maybe you need different toys.
No, I've tried it all. It's just, I don't know. The weirdest thing too is I was just telling Jason this yesterday. I was like, he's like such a titty man. Like it's all fucking boob, 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 boob. He like, and he's hilarious. Like I'll be changing in the room and he'll like act like he trips and falls on his face in my tits. You know, I'm like, you're such a fucking goober. Like
that's hella funny.
But every day he does it.
Yeah,
it's annoying. And so, which I like it because it shows me that he likes me and it's attention.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say I don't like the shit that he does, but just sometimes it's like, okay, that's enough. Especially on fucking Niagara Falls in it, you know, over here
Mother
bleeding
Nature.
it up. Like, leave me the fuck alone, you know. But I told him, like, because he loves to be, like, all up in the chi-chis. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if it's from breastfeeding for so long or what it was, because I breastfed Jake for, like, a little too long. But
How
I think...
long?
2 years.
Oh, damn.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I know a couple
like, he
things.
was talking. Like, that's strange. It was very hard.
You're a dork.
He was, like, almost 2 years. But, and it wasn't all the time thing. It was just, you know, he would just lay and then go to bed and then it was, like, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I had a hard time getting him off of it. But I think that's something, and I'm curious if any other moms have this problem. I really am. Because I think I clicked something in my brain that was, like, took that sensation away from sexual.
Yeah, like something in your brain cut it out.
Yeah, because I don't feel like sexual sensation from my nipples at all. Zero. It's so weird.
Yeah, I get that because after I breastfed, I didn't breastfeed for quite as long. I only breastfed for like 3 months, but I didn't like my nipples played with either at all. But I got them pierced a couple years ago, and I actually really love them now. Maybe you should get your nipples pierced.
Okay.
I'm like, I got them pierced and I like loved
update.
them back. I'm just
Really?
like, oh my, I love them, dude. They're so like.
Okay, then maybe that's what we need to do.
And then like, so honestly, for a piercing too, they're not that bad. It's really the healing sucks because it takes like 6 months for them to heal.
Crusty and stuff.
Mine didn't get too crusty. I would just do this funniest thing. You take a little shot glass with warm water and sea salt, and you put your nipple.
Oh, okay.
And like shake it around in the little cups. That's how I had to clean them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was funny, but maybe that'll help. It helped me like regain some kind of sexual pleasure from my boobs.
Yeah, but that's the thing about Jason and I is like I've never ever in my life had anyone I'm not close with that I can talk to about stuff like that, you know. And I told him like, you know, I would tell him like, yeah, like it's weird. Like I know he likes it, so I let him do it or whatever. But I'm like, dude, I don't even feel like anything. And I was like, you know, when I was telling him, you know, when I do feel it like inside my nipple is when he like licked the back of my neck. Huh. If I'm in bed laying down and he licks the back of my neck, then I feel like the inside, like up on my hairline, you know?
Yeah.
Then I feel like the sensation in there, but not from actually touching it. And it's like the weirdest fucking thing, right?
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, everybody's turned on differently.
Right.
I'm like, fuck.
And that's what I mean when I'm trying to tell you people learn each other and you guys are sober and it's not just like, oh, let's get hammered and pick some random at a bar and go get fucked. Like,
yeah, you
know, that doesn't mean anything or you don't even remember or feel it. Like if you, and maybe you, like when you actually like somebody, you give a fuck if they like it or if you like it or what's going on. And you have to learn that person because just like you just said, everybody gets turned on different and he needs to learn that making those manly comments that men make, all men do, is not the way to get in your pants.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, he's going to, and that's when he's saying, like, oh, I'll work on it. Like, he needs to reroute his way of going about it and to learn, like, what turns you on and how to do it. And that's just relationships in general that are healthy.
Yeah.
You're learning.
I feel you on that, 100%. Me and him did actually talk about sitting down and setting some boundaries around the whole thing because, I mean, obviously we need to do something different, you know?
But and you also got to remember too, well, you don't have to do anything, but you should also remember that he's a man.
Yeah.
And he's going to say things out of pocket like that.
Yeah.
He's a fucking dude, you know? But at least being open, and so don't, like, bash him when he does it on accident, fucking around, you know? Like, after your guys' conversation, because it'll happen. He's going to end up saying stupid shit like that again.
Oh, I'm sure.
But at least you're being open and honest and communicating with him, because right there, that's a huge step that you couldn't do before in different relationships.
Yeah, no, for sure. You're right. It is very healthy to have the conversations, and he and we're going to try to work on it, but it's difficult right now. We'll see how it goes. It's just sucky because, like, the dude I was dating before him, I was super sexually attracted to. Like, I never had this issue, and being in a relationship and having that feeling
when you actually care about someone too.
I guess that's what it is. I don't know. Because the guy before him, I care about him too. Maybe just in a different way. I don't know, man. Sex is fucking stupid.
Maybe you're scared of a good guy. Maybe you're scared of a good man because, and I don't know everything. You know me. I'm just saying, maybe. Because you have so much going on in your life, and you always have had to, since, Joe was born, you've always kind of had to step up and be the boss of your own life and be the one who handles it all for you and Joe, and you're the boss and you're control. I'm the controller of my life and what's in it and what hurts me, and maybe you're scared to give that up and have, a man come into your life and be like, because that was my biggest struggle with Jason when we got married, because everybody, and when I told my mom and everyone, like, because he kept telling everybody, like, oh, I tell Jenny, stop working, at the restaurant, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck no, I ain't letting that go and be stuck with, having to ask him for money. And then I really don't have shit and can't leave if I need to. That's the scariest thing, is to give in when you've had so many dirtbags in your life.
That have done that to you before.
Yeah, and you don't expect, like.
Yeah. It's a learning process for me right now. And it's all part of the sobriety journey. I feel most people, because I have talked to a lot of people that say when they quit drinking that it went down, but then there's also the people like Jason where it didn't affect it at all, and he's still good to go.
I think it's because he's just a guy.
Just because, I mean, that's true. All the people I've talked to about it have been women.
Yeah.
To think about
We're
it,
different creatures. Like, we wouldn't just fuck a hole in the wall.
Put your foot through the wall.
And I thought for sure marrying an older man, like, this was not going to be a conversation I was going to have with people that he wants to fuck too much.
No. Yeah. I don't feel like his age has too much to do with it.
Well, I'm like, dude, you're 55 years old. You haven't had enough sex in your life yet?
No. I'm like, damn, I'm 33. I had enough.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And I don't like to look at it at all like a chore. Like, I make jokes and I'm like, I'm going to go upstairs and do my chores. But then again, too, like, learning your spouse also, it's like, look at all the stuff that he does for me when I want it and need it and blah, blah, blah. So I need to sit back and be like, that's his want and needs. How much more does he ask for me?
Right.
I cook, I do all these things that I do that because I want to. He never tells me, like, oh, where's my dinner?
And it's the things you were doing before.
Right.
You even
so to him, like, that's his want and needs. Like, why am I not over here just, like, already butt naked in the bed waiting for him when he gets home from work? Like, it makes me feel selfish.
Right.
To an extent.
Right.
But then I also have that feminist feeling of, like, well, it's my body, and it.
Yeah. Well, girl.
You know what I mean, though? I'm so in limbo. I'm stuck in limbo of, like, I should be over here, like, serving it to him on a platter, which I do. We have sex every day. But I'm meaning, like, giving him that shit that he wants,
that freak nasty.
Yeah. And it's, like, then I'm, like, feeling like, oh, no, it's my body.
Yeah.
You have to ask permission, motherfucker.
Dude, I totally get that. I was like, oh, my God, I have a high sex drive. You're going to have to get used to that. And I was like, no. I was like, no, I still have a choice. Like, don't say that again.
My body, my choice.
Yeah, like, don't say that. That's not.
But, I mean, it goes back to that, too. Like, you're learning your spouse. Yeah. And this is, like, going to be a healthy relationship for you. Like, I see him. I feel his vibe. I think he's a really good guy. And if you guys work out, you do. And if you don't, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be somebody out there that will. But him willing to want to, hey, let's work on that.
Yeah.
That already shows you.
Yeah, for
right
sure.
there, boom, he's fucking in. He's solid. When you guys have a problem in the future, he's going to be willing to be like, hey, let's talk it out. Let's figure this out together, instead of, well, you do this, Miranda, and you do that, and you're wrong, and fuck you because this, because that's all I got my whole life until now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's your enemy. It's not even your partner at that point.
Yeah, that's true. It's yourself.
Well, when you have a boyfriend that you're just constantly like, fuck you, this, and this, and you did this, and
Oh,
you're a
yeah.
narcissist, that becomes your enemy.
Yeah,
it's
you're not
your
partners
fucking partner.
anymore.
No.
Yeah.
And so when you get into a relationship, especially with men, and men are, it's hard to tie a man down nowadays, a good one. And it's
to
like,
find them.
Mm-hmm. And so, and he's willing to like sit and conversate and, you know, meet in the middle and try to figure out what will work. Like, that's rare.
I know. I gotta stop being a dumbass.
I know. But if it works out, it does. If it doesn't, it
I know.
doesn't. You guys aren't meant for each other. And that's the maturity level of where we're at sober, though. Instead of saying, fuck him, is he talking to someone else?
Yeah.
Or is he going to cheat? Like, that's the
I'm
last
gonna go take
thing.
a couple shots and have a booty call.
Yeah. But that's the last thing, like, on my mind now, like, being sober is like, oh, if I don't fuck my husband, is he going to go cheat on me? Like, no, I don't think that. I don't, because I know my worth, and I know...
And you know your husband.
Our relationship, yeah. But for you, too. Like, you know, like, he's so sprung off you. You know, like, oh, if I don't fuck him, he ain't going to go do that.
Right.
And
no, for sure.
And that's a solid... Okay, but where else are you going to find that? That's such a solid fucking foundation of, like...
Right.
I could even be a bitch to him, and he's still not going to be, like, down at the bar, like, oh, my ex-girlfriend's such a bitch. She's so fucking psycho.
That toxic
like,
shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to get laid and then come back and call you tomorrow, because that's what every other dude did to us.
Or they didn't even call. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what I mean, though?
Sometimes they just shout
or
a text
they act
message.
like they loved you the day after. Oh, but you loved me, but you went out and did that because you were mad at me.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it makes sense, too, because I'm, like you said, being sober, we're relearning ourselves. And I, like, recently, one of my exes, it was my first healthy relationship ever. I was still drinking, so I still had a lot of things I needed to grow on. But I had only known physical violence. So I went to go throw a punch. Me and him were arguing. I went to go throw hands, and he straight just caught my arm in the air and was like, we don't do that. And put my arm down. It was like, we're not going to do that. And I was so taken aback because I was so used for dudes like coming back with it, you know? And
I just punched Jason once, and he was like, no reaction. I got back. He was just like, hey, don't ever hit me again, Jenny. Like, our relationship is not going to be like that. And I just never did ever again because I didn't get the reaction I was used to.
And I feel like right now for this situation with my current dude it's like that Bob Marley quote where it's, you know, it doesn't matter who you're with, you're going to suffer. It's just you have to choose who's worth suffering.
That is real life shit.
It's a Bob Marley quote.
And not even, like, you don't even have to use the word suffering, but life is fucking rough. Mm-hmm. Like, who's gonna be the one that's gonna fucking have your back when life gets rough? Yeah. Because it is not easy no matter what. And this world's too scary. You need a partner.
Yeah, I know. When I bought my car, you're like, Jason, go make sure it's safe for her. She doesn't have a man.
I'm a good friend.
I know, it's funny. It just popped into my head when you said that.
Yeah, I was so proud of you. That was so cool. But anyways, I love you. I just really am curious to how other girls feel about this. So if anybody out there has any advice for us, because we're asking for advice now. What the fuck do we do?
Right.
I ate all the Sheila's honey I can.
Oh,
that
God.
shit doesn't work. I've tried all the pills, whatever.
Right. Or like even some healthy things that, you know, healthy conversations to have that can initiate those moments where it's like, oh, well, if we start talking about this, am I going to, you know, am I going to start getting turned on?
Or reading a book.
Yeah,
there's a lot of sexy books and stuff, too, to read.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. So, nice talking, Murda.
Yeah, thanks for having me and listen to my relationship problems.
We're going to want you on here a lot.
We'll see. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, if you want to reach out, hit up the email. We have sobersistershowshow@gmail.com. And then we also have an Instagram, sobersistershowshow. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you too.